This is a story about the role of ego in an author's life. I was 30 years old. My entire life dream was to just be an author and to get a book published. One of the country's biggest publishers who went to publish on his own accepted my book. On his own, he had like a small publisher company, but he was a huge name. And he didn't like science fiction. He accepted my book because he thought it was good art and he wanted to publish good art. And we signed the contract and everything was good. And that took a few months. And then time passed and nothing happened. And I realized that if I wasn't going to do something, it was not going to happen. So I set up a time and I went to his home and I said, hey, you said that by this time, which was basically like now, you would publish the book. So he had a fight with his partner, wife, girlfriend, I don't know, about money, because it was a money thing. And I sat there in the corner, not saying anything, because no one would say, you know what, never mind. But I wanted it so bad. And anyway, he got the money, and then we drove in my car, well, my father's car, to the place where the books get published in. The physical, what's the name of the goddamn place? Never mind. So on the way, I have an accident. Very safe driver. Someone stops ahead of me. The brakes don't work. So I look in the mirrors and see where I swerve. Well, they walk, but not fast enough. They're not strong enough. They like stop walking in the middle of the brake. And I skid aside. And then we get on the corner, we just get another thing because there's a car on this side, the car on that side. And basically, my father's car gets scratched. Everything's good. Everyone's fine. We go to the place. They start the process. He said it's going to be in this and that time. I say, great. I drive him back to his home. I drive my car back to my father's place to tell him that I had an accident. And here's where the ego gets a lesson. I woke late in my real job, secretary at the lawyer's office. And he calls me and says, okay, I'm coming over with your complimentary books. I don't know if it was 10 books or 20 books. So he's coming over. And this is my first, it's not my first book published. There was an ebook before that, an ebook that was supposed to be published in paperback and eventually wasn't published in paperback, only electronically. And this is my first physical book that I get to hold. And he calls me, I'm down, I go down. I bring the package of books, I bring them over, put them on the table, try not to be too excited by it. And then they're like in a bunch of books, like 10, I think it's 10 and 10, 10 and 10 together, wrapped up in, I don't know, nylon or something. And then, of course, what happens is I spill cola all over the books. Well, table near the books get wet. And I thought that was fitting because I'm not doing it for the ego. This is a lesson to my ego. Ego's stupid. I don't need the books published. I don't need the books physically in my hand. That's nice, but it's not it. I made art. And I did the thing and I wrote the thing, and that's good. And that was the first lesson, and I got it immediately. I said, good. As soon as the thing spilled, I, of course, cleaned it as fast as possible. The books were okay, but I also thought, good. Don't need ego. Don't need it.